I think. Hey guys, so I'm here to make a small commentary on these two builds that me and my friends started doing in early 2021 to 2022 in this Minecraft world. And these builds are the middle school and the high school that we went to from 2012 to 2018. So this would be one of two videos. This first one we're gonna look at is the first build that we did, which is our high school, and this is how it looks like. So this is Sweetwater High School in National City, California. We came here from 2015 to 2018. Um, and we kind of started this concept, I guess, summer of 2020, of course, during the pandemic, the COVID pandemic. We were in a just a normal uh, survival world with another friend, and kind of just started thinking, oh, what if we just, build Sweetwater? And we're like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. And after like a bit, we realized, yeah, we can't do this in a survival world. We gotta do this in a creative world. So that's what we started here. And I believe it was around uh, the beginning or mid-January that we started this. And we started here with the new building. And this new building, of course, was built in, I believe, finished building in 2012. That's why it's referred to as the new building. And this, honestly, this new building took us 2 to 3 weeks probably to finish building. Like it was quite a lot. So started here through the front door, and you know, first thing you come in, you see this, and of course it was in the center of the building, and it's basically of a bust of the mascot that we have here at this high school, which was a devil. We are the Red Devils, and so and this bust is pretty funny one. It's like an all white bust, except for the fact that there is a shit stain in the side of its face for some reason, the side of its head. I don't know why, but it's nice, I guess. So on the left here, you have the counselor's office, and of course you have these seats basically that students, teachers, anything where counselors or anything would have some type of meeting with students, teachers, whatever, computers. And over here were the counselors' offices. And as I can see by these fans, they were never here, never here. They didn't. I honestly don't think they cared much about like a lot about doing actually doing the job. So, come over here. All genders restroom. I never used this restroom, but I guess a friend of mine uses that restroom quite a bit. So I guess over here you have the theater, and honestly, I didn't like the way this theater turned out. I didn't make it. Two of my friends made this. And the reason why I don't like it is because these seats are basically supposed to be, venue style, like any other like type of venue or stadium or something, just normal seats for one, but in rows, right? I don't know why they look like couches. I don't know why, but anyway. Yeah, so it's whatever, I guess. I was like, you know, almost 4 years ago, so yeah, it's our theater. And over here is the concession stand, apparently. I didn't know this until we started making this. And a friend was like, oh, yeah, this is where they, give out food or buy it or whatever. Every time they have events at the theater. I didn't know that. So that's cool, I guess. Over here, you have the library, our main library. Oh, only one library, I don't know why I say that, but this room, this is where you have the textbooks that you would give to the students right here, whatever textbook they needed. And then just normal books, computers that we use here, the librarians. It was a pretty nice library, so it was nice. The drop off for any books that you had to return through here. And you come over here to this first floor. Before I continue, I gotta say this to a friend who, when we were making this, which that friend is in a Discord call with me right now, raging with my other friend playing Black Ops 6 on my phone. I can hear them raging. He thought there was a door. There were doors right here and right here. I, I don't know why, but there were no doors there. There are no doors there whatsoever. Don't. Here, first class English with Mr. Womp. I think he was more of a sophomore teacher for like English for sophomores. I didn't have him. A friend of mine, I guess, had him for sophomore year. I did have him though for summer school for an English credit I had to do, which I sat here and a friend behind me sat there. Um, we didn't really do much. We just kind of fucked around most of the time. Except on that last day, we kind of decided to lock in and just kind of turn in some late assignments to actually pass the class. I don't know what this class is. I wish I knew, but I have no idea. Over here are the administrative offices. We didn't really put too much detail into this because I guess we weren't really here a lot. So, but yeah, I mean, principal. I believe this is the principal's office, which was Miss Gavin. I think she's still the principal of that school here in late 2024, I believe. So, yeah. We come over here. The restrooms, men's and women's restroom. They, working light, which is nice. Urinals. And of course the bathroom stalls with the biggest gaps known to man. So, hey, who's taking a shit? I mean, it's stupid. Nurse's office, of course, it's just a typical nurse's office. I don't know what was in this room. Another room, I guess, for the nurse. And I guess this is the bathroom. This was a bathroom that one of my friends used a lot. This is, I guess, the only bathroom that he really used because he said it was clean. Like, okay, sure, whatever. Water fountain. We come over here to the second floor. Mr. Rant. I have no idea who Mr. Rant is. Probably just a random class we just put a random sign for. Scanlin Fiatwak. Yes, that is a joke that he made during the class. If you had him before, you probably know that joke. He has made multiple jokes like that, and it is super fucking funny. So if you have a problem with it, kill yourself. But yeah, sorry, right here. This was an English class that I had for senior year, but honestly, it was probably more like a English philosophy type of class, so it was cool. Over here you have Mrs. Thompson. I don't know. I don't know this class, so sure. Health. I didn't have this class, but of course, if you see a sign with classroom that actually knows the type of classroom it is, and what teacher maybe, either me or one of my friends had it. So this is probably one of a class that one of my friends had. Come over to the other side. Financial algebra with Mr. Elizondo. This was senior year. A friend of mine had this class. As you can tell by the cake, I guess he put that there just to symbolize to himself that he had that table here. Cross math. This was a math class with a really small woman in a wheelchair, but whatever. Integrated math 3, Mr. Tom's. Me and a friend had this classroom the same year, I believe, sophomore year, but just different periods. But yeah, this class was really cool. Mr. Thomas was a really cool teacher. It was fun. I met a couple, really nice people here. Friend that I had for many years. But yeah, it's really cool. Across the hall is the last classroom here on the second floor. Computer science with Mr. Lopez. And yeah, DUI. He had about one or maybe multiple DUIs. I'm not really sure how much. He had at least one for sure. So computer lab. And we come over here to the third floor. And this classroom, doesn't say which class it is because I don't think anyone had this classroom except for me. Probably one time, I believe, my last semester of senior year, but it was a credit recovery class. It was only for about a month. I only came to this classroom after school for credit recovery. I mean, it was cool, but it's credit recovery, you know. I'm not trying to stay any like stay in school longer than I'm supposed to, but I had to, so it's whatever. I haven't been missed. Okay, so this classroom for me and a friend we had sophomore year. This is probably one of the most eventful classes I would say that me and my friend ever had, for school ever. This, well, I would just say we had it sophomore year, second semester, because for first semester we actually had a different teacher in a different classroom in another, building. But for some reason, I do not remember almost anything from that class. I just remember one thing. Wow, this class I remember like 50 different things. It was insane. I honestly I can't put it into words how this classroom kind of was, but he does since he was there. So, I mean, if you're part of that classroom, be more specific. Avid Vanessa Ojeda, third building, sixth period, um, spring 2016. If you have that classroom right here, if you were watching this, then you know how fucking crazy this shit was. No one had this class, so who cares? English with Miss Miss Wagming. Never had her. I guess a friend had, a couple friends, who knows? I never had her. English with Miss Kavanklis. I did have this classroom. Me and a couple friends had this classroom for sophomore year because she was more of a 10th grade English teacher. Um, she was a really cool teacher, pretty chill. If you're just someone who was just not really causing trouble, she was always really nice with you. And so, until second semester, about maybe one third or halfway through second semester, she had to call in a permanent sub for the rest of the semester because of some health issues that she had. So we had Mr. Bartlett as a sub for the rest of the semester. And that's a whole different story with that guy. So that's something, I guess. And across over here, English with Mr. Hatfield, I had him for junior year. Uh, this class was alright, kind of boring. The teacher wasn't boring. He was cool. Just the material was just kind of boring. For me, the most eventful, the only things I remember from this classroom was leaving like halfway through it around the last week of school just to like go to another classroom a friend had just across the hall. And the one where we're doing kind of like a icebreaker style, like with our desk in a circle, trying to like talk about some type of story or article or book or whatever it was. And these two girls almost started fighting. It was weird, but anyway, yeah, Mr. Hatfield, he was cool. Across from here, APR, Ms. Garcia. I never had her. A few of my friends had her. Um, I honestly, I have nothing to say. If my friends were the ones doing this commentary, they would probably say a bunch of stuff. So, yeah. This classroom, I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. AP lit with Miss Hall. I never had this classroom. I guess a friend of mine had. But yeah, this is AP lit with Miss Hall. And that's pretty much all the new building. So, we come down here to the bottom. And actually, let's go out through the main part over here. People would take seats over here. Of course, we come out through here. And we go out to the other, to the rest of the school. This building over here, of course, you had doors from the library coming out to this part as well. And this building had a few classrooms in it. Pretty sure most classes me and my friends either had. Drama, Mr. Castle. I never had drama class. I wish I did at least one semester, but that's whatever. Miss Charles, English / choir. This was a pretty elderly woman that we had for as a teacher here at this school. She was there for I can't really tell you how much. She was there for a really long time, and She passed away that year, our senior year, I believe. So that was kind of sad. But this was her classroom. I guess she had two, no, I should just one desk. Anyway, yeah, pretty unique classroom, honestly. And I would say just the way it looks. At least I wish I kind of had it at least once, but I didn't. So, but whatever. This classroom, I had this classroom, Spanish Ms. Gutierrez, senior year, second semester. I actually switched from another Spanish class that I had because I didn't like that classroom, but I'll get to it later. This was pretty good class, I would say. I had you know, just it was pretty easy. Just make sure you pay attention, just don't cause trouble, and you'll be fine. But of course, there was a guy who sat around this area who always had to cause trouble, and there was a day where I was kind of just over it, just with life, I guess in general. So I told him, dude, just shut up already, do your work. So who cares? He literally wanted to meet me outside and fight me, and I just walked past him. I was like, okay, I don't have time for this shit. But it was a good class, There's good people that I met, so it was cool. Next door we have English with Ms. Zuniga. I never had her, but Scanlon and her pretty much were really good friends. So their personalities kind of were almost the same. So the way I kind of described Scanlon in that class, well, I guess personality-wise with her, I guess was the same. So guessing it was a pretty good class. Over here, we have an area here, just a rest area during the nutrition break or lunch with benches. And here we would call this Asia Town. So, all the Asians would be around here. And this row of classrooms, I don't think any of us really had. Like that's why we just put random stuff here in mining class. Except for this one, Miss Calloway for World History. Um, never had her. I guess a friend had this teacher. But yeah. And more significantly for me and my friends, this is where we would hang out during our breaks, or just meet up before school, or even meet up after school if we wanted to go somewhere after school. We would be here, and then another group of people who we were either friends or at the very least, cool with, were sat here in this bench area. So it was kind of like, two groups in one, kind of, I would say. But yeah, so it was really cool. And they're more like, kind of bench area. This would be, we didn't put it, but like at lunch, we would get our lunch. We're here on this side of the school. U.S. History, Mr. Rowland. I had this classroom in my junior year. This class was pretty significant for me because this was the class where I kind of figured out I wanted to be a history teacher. So yeah, Mr. Rowland was a really good teacher, really nice. And then that classroom was full of really good people. Health, Mr. Garcia. This classroom was amazing. It's just, like this class is just good. It's just good. Like it was goated. I sat here, another friend that I had sat here, and this is another one of those classrooms where if you were here, you know what I'm talking about. There were uh, a fight club. What was it? Eskimo Brothers. Some girl who started crying because her grandma died or some shit. It was I don't know. If you were there, you know. Another classroom I had, AP World History, Mr. Dominic, sophomore year. This is the only AP history. This is the only AP class I had in general in high school. First semester I failed, but second semester I passed, so I guess it's all right. Um, didn't really say much. I mean, this is an AP class, so there were a bunch of nerds in here who took it really seriously. But there were a couple people in here who were really smart, but also who were also cool, so and chill. So shout out to them, I guess. But I also won't forget this classroom because right here is where I I got my last ever compliment from a girl in 2015, almost 10 years ago. So yeah, saying how I had nice hair. So anyway, across from here, another class I had Spanish, Miss Gonzalez, my junior year. Great class. Teacher was cool. People that sat around me around in this area over here were pretty cool. So, some other personal stuff. I don't want to talk about that. Uh, Bathrooms down there and other classrooms down there. In this classroom, I didn't have a friend of mine had, but I know the teacher because this teacher came over from our middle school when we had that Ivy class over there. I I can't really say much, but fuck this teacher. I didn't even have this classroom. One friend of mine did have it, and he would, if he told you, he would probably kill himself before he probably had this class again, honestly. So yeah, I should tell you other stuff. Over here, it's just some planting area, guessing bathrooms for gay guys and lesbians, whatever. It wasn't actually for gay guys and lesbians, but we just called it that just cause fuck it. And then if you come over to the other side over here, most students didn't really come over here, but me and one other friend did in other times because this was the learning center classrooms, especially this one right here. Of course, my friend would come senior year, second semester here, which he had around 11 or 12 credits, somewhere around there, and he would finish really fast. Like I truly believe like that's the only time he really worked hard for a significant amount of time, I would say. But he finished before most people did, so I guess that's cool for him. And I came here at the end of senior year, just um just during the summer, just do one credit for a couple weeks and just left with my degree, so with my diploma. So that's cool, I guess. Parking lot, you know, um, teacher parking, I guess. And over here, this building is the RTC building. Me and my friends, we hated RTC. They were way too seriously. Like, oh, dude, hello, comrade. Fuck out of here. The fuck, bro? This is the only part of the RTC building I was in, I think. But it's whatever. Fuck RTC. Who cares? Then we come over here to this side. I don't know what these classrooms were. I have no idea. I have no idea. But you come over here to this classroom right here. This was chemistry with Mr. Jensen. I had him sophomore year. The class was cool, but Mr. Jensen himself was pretty boring. He had a voice that would just kind of put you to sleep. Like, hey guys, today we're gonna be talking about how this. It was just bad. Like, just wanted to go to sleep. And this is a classroom that biology is another science class that a friend had. Some kind of wild stuff happened here. If you asked him, honestly, a couple of things. So I guess that's cool for him. Also, that same friend had this classroom a different year, chemistry with Mr. Higgins. Uh, Not really much to say here. He had it. He doesn't even really remember much from it, except I think watching some movie. I don't remember which movie it was. Uh, it was a space movie, The Martian, I believe, or Interstellar, something like that. I don't remember, but anyway, yeah, Mr. Higgins. He was gay. That's all I can tell. Mr. Higgins. Bathrooms here, men's, women's. Uh, we have no idea what's in this class. The only thing we know about this classroom is the fact that this door, no matter what, would always be open. You'd be walking by, and this classroom would just always be with their door open. You see all their students, all the teachers just looking at you like, "Why are you walking to? What the fuck? Whatever." Over here, we didn't have any of these classrooms. We just put random signs here, except for this class here at the end, human anatomy, which one of my friends had, which he made. Doesn't say the teacher, of course. I wish he would put the teacher, but yeah. You come over here to this building over here. This is the computer lab. Of course, we had two computer labs. This one over here on this side of the school, and one in the new building is the second floor. So, over here we have two different classrooms. We have two different economics classrooms. We have economics with Ms. Vaca. Only thing, I never had this classroom. Friends of mine had, but all I know is that this is probably a pretty bad class to have because this teacher was a bitch. So, yeah, if you have this classroom, I'm sorry. Because on the other side, Me and one other friend had this classroom, but different periods. Economics and Mr. Alcock. This classroom was pretty cool. He was just a teacher who was very energetic and enthusiastic about actually teaching, so it was nice. So the first semester of senior year, so that was always pretty cool. And over here we have the band room. Me and my friends never had band room in high school, and the only reason why I know how this even looks like is because my oldest brother pretty much went had band throughout the whole entirety of middle school and high school, and I mean he was pretty much a band geek, so he kind of just drew me up like a sketch of like little layout of how I was and like coloring a little bit, whatever. And when I did it, I showed him. He's like, "Yeah, it's perfect." So yeah, this band room, and yeah, over here we have the senior lawn. Sorry. Um, yeah. In our senior year, 2017, 2018, we never came here, hang out here. I don't even think honestly throughout my whole entirety of high school being there, I think I stepped in here like 2 or 3 times probably. Honestly, I just didn't want to be here. Honestly, it was just too many people, too much noise in this area. So, and over here in this area, we like to call this the border. We get lunch, and inside the cafeteria, we call this TJ, Tijuana, because there would be a lot of paisas here, a lot of paisas here. Too many paisas. Of course, you would come over here, you get your lunch. Ladies over here with the carrots, eat your vegetables, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Fuck you. Of course, you come over here to this building right here. It's just a couple of classes, not much. You have Mr. Coker, Trump Bear with a whip. I don't know what the Trump or the bear is, but I know what the whip part is. There's supposed to be a polar bear there, but I think it despawned. But anyway, yeah, Mr. Coker. I don't know what uh, subject he teaches. I wish someone would put it on the sign there, but yeah, with the whip. The only reason why I would recognize that part is because I've seen Snapchat videos from that time where he would just be using a whip here, just whipping it out. And I gotta say this, but there was like a little kind of an argument between a couple of friends because apparently one friend who made this classroom right here in this door here in this class was in a completely wrong location. It was supposed to be over here, which the other friend also had that class and he says it's supposed to be here. But I trust that friend who says it's here because the other one messed up like 50 times throughout making this entire thing. So I trust the other person more. So it's probably supposed to be over here. And we come over here. We have the women's bathroom, I believe. Another class. I don't think any of us had this classroom. This class here, Mr. Elizondo, and it says sophomore year. This is integrated math 2. And it says sophomore year because I had this class from sophomore year. And if you notice, there's Mr. Elizondo sign twice. One here, one in the new building on the second floor. That's because here, he was here for sophomore year, 2015, 2016. And I'm not sure if it was junior or senior year where he switched to the new building. But I had him here my sophomore year. Sat here with pretty fun group of people. Sebastian, Dallin, Pablo. You know, pretty like it's just they're all just really cool. So it's always fun to see. And then on the last day of school, something that I've never seen before, I haven't seen since then, but the teacher put up the desks and chairs in the middle of the classroom, just here. Of course, left a little gap in the sides here, and we played volleyball on the very last day of school. So that was pretty fun. So yeah, it's pretty fun here. Here's the AP stats. I never had this classroom. A friend of mine had it. Uh, yeah, that's it. AP stats. Mr. Chase never had this classroom either. A couple of my friends did. I was only here one time to do a practice SAT test, and that was it. So that's all I know. And we have this building over here. Start over here. This is the weight room. course, there's more equipment and stuff. We just didn't want to do all that. Um, but the one thing I do have to talk about is this. And you're just there thinking, what the fuck is that? There are these like kind of blocks or stuff that you would use to jump on to work on your vertical. So, um, of course, you would bring this out and move them different like heights that you would jump on. So small, medium, large, really big, just just vertical stuff to for jump on. But me and a friend, our junior year, just used this when we were inside the weight room. We just used this to like chill on like a pretty significant height. We had to jump on it to lay down on it, and we just kind of used this as like a fort. We were basically like little kids moving stuff around just to like sit like in it, make a little cave or make like an opening on top, and like just kind of sit in it or whatever on our phones. Anything, but I do have one story, which my friend who I did have that class was probably thinking about it, where this girl saw it, literally ran towards it, shouldered it like a football tackle, and was like one point right here where it slides on top. I was in it, like sitting down, kind of like cave style, in the fort. She hit the thing. It slid. It was sliding. It went towards my head, hit my head, and hit the head in the back of the wall. I don't know why she did that, but whatever. You know what I mean? And over here on the other side, I believe this room is just full of like kind of like sports equipment and stuff like that. So it's just like whatever different stuff. It's just sports stuff. Over here is what we call the Inferno Lounge. Computers here, table, like a round table kind of, an office to where whoever needed to use it for the office. And over here, there's only 4 rooms, but I believe there was about 6 or 7 rooms, I believe, somewhere around that. Of course, these rooms would be used either as like study rooms or like activity type of rooms to where whatever classroom needed it. And, we would just use it and someone would come up here and, do some math, history, science, English, whatever type of problem. And me and my friend, if you know this room, you would know something awkward happened in here. But anyway, awkward things happen here, funny things happen here, a sad thing happened here. And I guess for me, PTSD type of stuff with a girl happened right here. Um, but the media, Suhai Media would use this for their news stuff, whatever. So, and then for this building on the other side, I did have Miss Raganath for chemistry. I had my sophomore year. I did not like this classroom. I hated the teacher. She was always really mean and rude. Um, it's just I don't know. I don't know. It's just yeah. I had this chemistry classroom first semester and then switched second semester to Mr. Jensen. I don't know why I switched. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. But yeah. Next door, I believe it's a classroom I didn't have, but our friends had it. Yeah, Miss Hernandez, Mr. Callaway for U.S. government or U.S. history. I mean, as you can see, I believe it was just mostly just computers. Of course, I didn't have it. Friends had it, so that's it. This classroom, for me, the next one is one of my favorites that I've ever had. U.S. government for Mr. Espron. I had it senior year, my second semester. I had economics for my first semester with Mr. Alcock. I love Mr. Espron. He's a really good teacher. He was always, you know, funny, someone who was kind of loose, chill, but also strict when he had to be. So, you know, he just knew either when to lighten the mood or when to actually, make it, school mode, class mode. So he was really funny, really kind. So shout out to Mr. Espron. And hopefully in the future I'll be able to, be a coworker of his, hopefully working here as a teacher as well as Sweetwater. So, and this next classroom, very controversial. Fuck this teacher, but this is art class with Mr. CS, Mr. Pito. Yeah, this classroom was art class, but like you see by the sign, he was a pedophile or still is, or whatever you want to say. It was very obvious to the men because he treated us versus the females very differently. Like if we asked him for help during the class, Like I sat here and I would raise my hand like, oh, I need help. Go, hold on, give me a minute. And he would take a long time to come to me and be like, well, I need help with this, like either shading or what kind of coloring or whatever kind of question you had with art. He should be like, he either give you like the most vague response ever, some shitty ass bullshit answer, or probably wouldn't even answer your question and just leave. Either or like if a fucking girl would come here like, Mrs. Diaz, can I come in? I need a question. Yes, yes, yes. What do you need? She would come at come to her aid immediately and like it's like like rubbing her back and like what do you need? Yeah, like oh yeah, what do you need? She'd be like, oh, I need. Oh no, I'll do it for you, honey. Don't worry about it. Like the fuck. But also like behind here on this computer, you would have like pictures of former students, which there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. But when all those pictures are just girls, yeah, bro. Game over right there, homie. That's it. This building here, I don't think any of us had it, and I don't think there's anything inside. But I believe this was the fire department classroom, so I do know there are some people that are definitely interested in that. So, no, tennis ball, handball courts, and this right here is the old gym. Just an old gym that's been there for a long time, and of course, our friends wanted to say, oh, there were bathrooms here, there were bathrooms here, like in this building there was like a bulge here, whatever you call it right here that had bathrooms, which it wasn't like this where you would go outside and then go to the bathrooms, but it's more like, bathrooms were here and then the double doors that would go outside, but because we had such little room to work with, we couldn't really put the bathrooms in. And this fucker is out here like, oh, but they were iconic, they're bathrooms. Who cares, bro? Fuck. Of course, with the old gym, you would have the new gym, which the new gym, honestly, I'm like really proud of it because how pretty detailed it is, to be fair. Of course, you would come in here through front door, glass cases with had like trophies and stuff. Bathrooms, men's bathroom, women's bathroom on the other side. And yeah, this is the new gym. And of course, there were basketball hoops. Or there's a basketball court, but just didn't want to do it. Too lazy. Banners. Yeah, so this is also kind of impressed with this how we did it. So kind of cool. And then during assemblies, seniors would sit over here, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen over there. So yeah. And then also with this building, I believe I don't know what this class is. I don't remember it. I honestly don't. Sorry, I know a friend explained it to me, but I don't remember. And I also do not remember this class either. I'm sorry. If you had this classroom, my bad. But also, the same friend also explained what classroom this was to me, and I do not remember. And over here we have the ASB offices. We have Jose Estrada, our 2018 ASB president. Mr. President, salute. Always gotta salute him. Table, whatever you had in there. We would buy stuff from the ASB. And the completely other side of this building, we had, there's no sign here, but I believe this is Miss Reimer's classroom. I see there is a pig in there. That is Reimer. Yeah, I never had this classroom, but a couple of my friends did, and all they would say was how much she was kind of annoying and just farting in your face. So, yeah, it's not fun, I guess. Yeah, we left these rooms empty. We have no idea, except for this one. This was another computer lab. It was a lot smaller than the other ones, but still a computer lab. I believe I only came here once during my sophomore year in Avid, second semester, when I was in Miss Ojeda's classroom. And I believe I sat right here in this one. Because I do remember when I sneezed and some random girl, like, just around here, like, in the other side, stood up really fast, bless you. And I was like, thank you, you're welcome. And I just sat back down. But anyway, tennis courts, wasn't really here much. Just a couple times, I guess, when I had PE. But it was pretty fun. So, I mean, here we have a big PE area. There's supposed to be basketball hoops, but I guess we never did it. Women's locker room, and then this part, like these locker rooms, honestly, were really completed to 100%. But we didn't really care. And this is where the office would be for the coaches and stuff like that. Men's locker room, bathrooms, and the more men's locker room. Over here we have, more of the P area. Mariachi room. Of course, you have the paisas here who always took mariachi. And this room I know is the dance classroom for the dancers. And of course, the dancers coming out of the women's locker room coming over here. Man, this we have no idea what it is. I believe it's a generator or somehow. Of course, it doesn't look like that, but whatever. Bathrooms. There were some bathrooms over here with a water fountain, and then these bleachers. These bleachers were kind of, I mean, like they were kind of like metal bleachers, so it was, whatever. But they have these little walkthrough you had under the bleacher. It was kind of cool. So it was kind of fun. Have a sight from here, of course. And this is something that, honestly, that I'm really proud of that we did. This field, in track and field. I mean, as you can see with the S, you know, the numbers, the field, Sweetwater, the Devils. Just something that was just really fun. And these big bleachers here that I'm also something I'm also proud of. Just trying to be as accurate as we can, honestly, with anything that we could do. Because if we could do it, just try to make it as accurate as we can at this point. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is the bleachers, concrete bleachers. I didn't like sitting here, but it is what it is. Bathrooms over here with some water fountains right there in the middle. And then of course you come over here, like some storage area for the field and stuff like that. And there is a big scoreboard here, but I don't know why we didn't do it. And we come down here to these fields. We have the baseball field and the softball field over there. Baseball field, the batting cages, which I was a part of. I wasn't part of the baseball team. I did attend like those practices like before season in the first semester of fall, but I wasn't able to continue past that in the spring because of bad grades. So it's like the main regret I really have when it comes to high school. But yeah, this is the home dugout right here, away dugout over there, and of course with baseball is mainly a first baseman, secondary position is a second baseman, but the bathrooms over there. Another kind of field over there we use for other stuff if the baseball softball team needed it. And this is the softball fields. I was only here one time, I believe, just to just with a friend. I don't remember what year it was. Honestly, sitting here in the bleachers. I wish I would have come here more to support the softball team because they were all really cute. So I wish more batting cages. And over here, I believe is the final thing is the welding building. I never had a welding, but two of my friends had it, so they um of course made this. Workstations, I believe that's what they are. Throughout this and other stuff, the actual classroom. Dark spots, dark spots. I have no idea what's here. Storage, maybe, who knows. So yeah, this is the welding building. And I believe that's it for Sweetwater. Big parking lot, Get an aerial view of this, just how it looks. And so yeah, we started this early to mid February, not February, January, sorry. And we finished this mid to late February. Um, yeah, it took us month and a half to do this. And it was just something that we did, like, pass the time, either at night when we couldn't sleep, or, just something to really pass the time. And